A woman suddenly discovered a bone spur growing out of her arm. Panicked, she grabbed scissors and cut it off. But instead of getting better, more tiny bone spurs sprouted from her palm, giving her the ability to climb walls like Spider-Man. That wasn't all, her entire body began to transform, her senses heightened dramatically, until she became a terrifying monster. The reason she turned into this creature was purely accidental. In the future, humanity's relentless destruction of the environment had poisoned the air with deadly toxins. Anyone exposed to the atmosphere would be infected and die. To survive in this world, you had to wear a gas mask. But gas masks weren't foolproof, they seriously impacted quality of life and couldn't completely prevent infection. Over time, they'd fail to protect you anyway. One day, George broke into a laboratory and stole an experimental serum they were developing. At a party that night, George was about to secretly try it with his girlfriend's best friend when his girlfriend Laura walked in on them. Caught red-handed, the two couldn't face Laura and awkwardly left, but George's stolen serum fell to the floor. Furious about her boyfriend's betrayal, she didn't hesitate, she downed the whole thing. Soon after, Laura felt sick and passed out in the bathroom. Her body temperature spiked rapidly, and she crawled into the bathtub, desperate to cool down. Out in the main room, George ran into security from the lab. They'd discovered his theft. Security dragged George to the bathroom, demanding he hand over the serum. After some friendly persuasion, George admitted he'd lost track of where he'd dropped it. Security immediately began searching the house, but no one knew that person was hiding in the bathroom tub. Hearing their conversation, Laura grew terrified. She confessed to George that she'd drunk the serum. She wanted to ask what it was, but George told her to wait in the bathroom while he locked the door and went to tell security. But when security came back and opened the bathroom door, Laura had vanished. The security department believed that George was deceiving them. Furious, they roughed him up. After they left the bathroom, George looked up at the ceiling. Laura was clinging to it. He asked in amazement how she'd done that, but Laura didn't want to deal with George. She just wanted to get out of there. The door wouldn't budge. Without thinking, she punched straight through it. Laura opened the door to leave but saw those men were still in the house. She retreated to the bathroom, grabbed a hairdryer, stood in the tub, and slammed it against the skylight. Even the reinforced glass shattered like paper at her touch. Security rushed in at the noise, but the two had already escaped through the skylight onto the roof. George's injured thigh nearly caused him to fall while crossing between buildings, but Laura's quick reflexes saved him, grabbing him just in time. Laura could feel the changes in her body. As they fled, George slipped and fell from the rooftop. Security, now knowing Laura had drunk the serum, tried to convince her to come back with them, promising they could treat her condition. But Laura wasn't buying it, she jumped straight off the roof.